social media students. Today I want to talk about a tool you may be quite familiar with, but maybe haven't been using it as effectively as you could be. So this week I want to spend a little bit of time talking to you about X, formerly known as Twitter. So, love it or hate it, it's still one of the most popular media platforms. While you can embed photos, memes, there's really quite an art to creating a good tweet. And so, we're going to focus a little bit on the writing element of X. I think it is some of the most difficult writing you can do, but it's really indicative of the challenges we face on social media, that being attention spans. So we know when people come to a website, we have maybe 3 to 5 seconds with them. On Twitter, probably even less. And so we're looking for concise. Twitter allows 280 characters. That includes spaces, numbers, and that's really difficult to tell a story in that short number of characters. So one thing I want to suggest is you use links to other sites, links to press releases, wherever you want to drive your traffic. And to do that, URLs can get very long. So you want to consider something like bit.ly, bit.ly as a potential service. You can put in a URL and it will give you a shortened version of that and then embed that in your tweet. Another really important aspect of creating a tweet is to consider hashtags. So it's that number symbol with keywords, and that will help anyone who's interested in following accounts that have those keywords. It will help them better find you. So, just like our other social media platforms, one of our great challenges is how does someone find me? How do they find my blog? And we're really interested in that search engine optimization, using keywords, getting them up high. And so, having hashtags with keywords can be quite beneficial. In addition, you want to consider your audience and what do they want to do with the information. So, I primarily use X in my professional life. And I use it as a way to share news. And it's been called the police scanner of our generation. And so often breaking news happens on a platform like X. And so it's important that you go on. If you haven't set up an account for class, you don't need to use it afterwards. But I want you to play around, do some searches, maybe follow a couple other Twitter accounts that are of interest to you and see how they approach using Twitter. I do like to use photos, embed media. It sort of makes mine stand out, makes them a little more interesting. And again, we want to be engaging with our audience. So, really thinking about ways they might use it. Are they going to be retweeting it, liking it? Um, so, Twitter is a way to connect with your audiences. It's very effective, very popular, and it's also a way to crowdsource. So, as we've talked about with Facebook, if you want to find someone to interview, you are looking for the best sushi restaurant in town or who has the best pizza, you can go on and ask questions and then use the hashtag best pizza or pizza in Madison. It's a way to respond with followers, so you can even create Twitter polls. You can host Twitter chats, and it's a way to create content to engage, and it should be something that you consider when you're coming up with a social media strategy. Now, another thing that's really important, as is for other social accounts, is that it's got to be timely. So timeliness matters, and so you want to look at when people might be more likely to be checking their Twitter account. You can think about in the morning, maybe they get up and they're checking the news, maybe taking a break at lunch, and then again at the end of the day. So you also want to ask for feedback, just like we talked about in blogging. And so someone could send you a direct message, but creating these lines of communications can help you figure out what your audience needs and wants and what your next tweet might be. So, again, love it or hate it. I'm not asking you to spend a lot of time on it. These are very short posts, but to think a little bit more critically about how you might use a platform such as X, and how you're going to write concise. And so I like to start out with my keywords. And then I try to think about where I might link to provide additional content. And again, proofreading is important. Having those keywords up high in your tweet, and thinking about the challenges involved in telling a story, sending an important message in just 280 characters. So good luck, have fun with this assignment, and I look forward to seeing what messages you share and what hashtags you come up with.